I mean, I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past year.
By joining the Indiana Fever, Satou Sabally just made the best career decision of her life. You may be wondering why you left the Dallas Wings after 5 seasons. Dallas was reliable, so let me explain the situation for you. The WNBA's history books are being rewritten by superstar Caitlin Clark.
They want to go to new things. Who don't want to come play for Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever?
Sabally witnessed what the others already knew. A franchise's course can be altered by Clark, and as a result, Indiana is growing.
And it looked like Satou Sabally possibly could be headed to Indiana. This very much has sealed the deal.
Why wouldn't you want to fly with someone who is destined to take the Fever to new heights? It's a strong move, and Sabally knows that the only way to soar is to team up with the game-changing player. That's why he called for Clark to join him.
One player on the Dallas Wing team is up in the air, and that is Satou Sabally. Now, she is a free agent, and many people are speculating she could be headed all the way up to Indiana.
Let's be clear. Satou Sabally's formal signing with the Indiana Fever completely turned the WNBA upside down. This is the kind of move that makes people speak. Sabally is more than simply a player. She is among the league's most adaptable strikers. With 5 strong, a player you don't let walk out the door is one who averages 15.7 points, 7 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game, which is what seasons with the Dallas Wings were all about. However, here we are, and the Fever just pulled off the biggest heist of the year.
Everybody pretty much on the Dallas team has reacted to Paige pretty much coming to the damn.
Let's deal with the obvious. The Fever was not fortunate enough to fall into this with a $650,000 well-calculated cap space. Sabal has been eyeing her for a while. Don't believe me? Check her out. Indiana has been out here making boss moves. They're not waiting for a miracle. They're creating one. No comment on Dallas top draft pick, Paige Beers.
She has been quiet online. Let's pull up her social media account right now because I'm telling you guys, this was spooky. Now, as soon as this news came out, and I was just, trying to see what everybody was saying, and it looked like
She's so quiet and deafening that it's as if she had 1 foot out the door the moment the Fever hit. Not a single post, tweet, or even a vague wish you all the best.
Biggest question of the hour is, what do she feel about the Dallas Wings having this #1 pick? She has been extremely silent about it.
This is a once-in-a-generation player who can score over 20 points per game without exerting much effort, but instead of enjoying the spotlight, Dallas has been left looking like the team that just lost their star player at the worst possible time. It's like throwing the party of the year only to discover halfway through that your guest of honor dipped without saying goodbye. Now, while Indiana is celebrating like they just won the lottery, let's turn our attention to Dallas. After recovering from her injuries last year, she achieved career highs. 17.9 points per game and 45.2% three-point shooting is not just strong, but Dallas they offered her a $195,000 one-year contract. That seems like a lot, but for a player like Sally, that's pennies. Sincerely, it's offensive that there is no long-term security. No commitment, just vibes and a check that doesn't match her value. Now, let's drag Dallas a little further because they earned it. You get a player like Paige Beers who could lead your team into the next 10 years, but you miss the chance to keep Sabally. It's like buying a Ferrari and forgetting to buy it. Sabally could have been the ideal mentor, teammate, and second star alongside Buckers, but instead Dallas appears to be frantically trying to piece together a plan that has failed. Meanwhile, the Fever is doing well in Indiana. They already have a youthful, ravenous core. Caitlin Clark, Keely Mitchell, and Alyssa Smith are not merely athletes. They are future all-stars who are driven and know how to win. Sabally is like adding a turbo engine to a car that is already quick. In addition to managing a club, General Manager Amber Cox and Coach Stephanie White are creating something that has the potential to rule the league for many years.
Queen you still got your eyes on Indiana Fever. We still want you, and that is the truth.
Not to mention what Sabally contributes to the defense. Check for clutch shooting. Double check your drawing of birds as if it were an art form. Fever fans are aware that she is the type of player who can alter the game's tempo simply by stepping onto the court. They have been exploding social media with posts like, "This is our year" and "Indiana Fever Dynasty." The excitement isn't just about her skill, it's also about the hope she represents. The hope that Indiana will finally return to the championship winning form they haven't seen since 2012. To be clear, if you needed evidence, Satou Sabally provided it to you. Caitlin Clark is the force that draws talent to the Indiana Fever. Fans have called Clark a one-woman show that is redefining what it means to be a WNBA superstar, the GOAT. Through his ability to crowd arenas and overwhelm defenses, Clark has become a generational talent that has made Indiana the league's most sought-after destination in 2024 alone. The WNBA has sold out over 10 home games, which is a near miracle.
I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
Satou is a free agent who is about 20 to 26 years old and entering her prime. With Clark's deft playmaking and Sabally's deadly 40.6% shooting from beyond the arc, every other team in the league will be left reeling as they attempt to determine which ticking time bomb to deflect a double team. It's target practice, so concentrate on Sabally, and Clark is cool Sabally out there draining threes. This isn't hype, this is reality. Great Clark will simply cut through defenses and do what she does best, making them look foolish. One analyst even referred to Clark as her own economy, which, in all honesty, best describes her influence.
It's the one player that I would say gives Indiana Fever the brightest future, because Satou's like 26 years old. She's coming into her prime, and she is a free agent.
But remember, Caitlin Clark is a movement, not just a basketball star. She's not just selling tickets, she's selling hope, ambition, and a vision of greatness. Sabally saw the writing on the wall. This wasn't just about basketball for her, it was about joining a force that is revolutionizing the WNBA. Her presence has completely changed what it means to play for the Fever. Playing with Clark is a career-defining opportunity, not just a bonus.
Hopefully she make her way to Indiana. As of right now, we don't know, but one thing I can tell you, it don't look good for Dallas because she's extremely quiet. I believe she won't up out in Dallas, bro. She's been there for a minute, and look like she probably want to go to new things. Who don't want to come play for Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever?
But remember, Caitlin Clark is a movement, not just a basketball star. She's not just selling tickets, she's selling hope, ambition, and a vision of greatness. Sabally saw the writing on the wall. This wasn't just about basketball for her, it was about joining a force that is revolutionizing the WNBA. Her presence has completely changed what it means to play for the Fever. Playing with Clark is a career-defining opportunity, not just a bonus.
About Dallas, and she goes, someone said, "Satou, please stay in Dallas. Either way, I'll always support. Dallas will always be my first real American hometown. Not Dallas is my home. Dallas is my American home. Dallas will always be my first." Doesn't sound good. And then she only liked 8 comments out of like hundreds. And the 2 of the comments were, "Fever will welcome you. Would love to see you with the Fever." Now that's interesting. Now that's very, very interesting. So, what is likely to happen is, I think Satou wants out of Dallas. I think Satou Sabally wants to be gone. And I think one of the reasons why is because Dallas are kind of going nowhere.
Sab's journey to this point has been nothing short of extraordinary abroad. Her Turkish team has been putting up numbers that scream superstar, and she's not just competing on the international scene. She's leading, dominating, and demonstrating why she's one of the league's most sought-after free agents. Such success abroad not only creates buzz but also boosts her stock in the WNBA, which lets teams know they're getting more than just a good player. They're getting someone at the top of their game, ready to make an impact on both ends of the court. And then there's the Dallas drama. Let's not pretend that this didn't play a role. Sabally's unwillingness to share the limelight with rookies has been the subject of rumors. The phenom Buckers for Paige. Although Buckers is anticipated to be a generational talent, why should Sabally, who has already demonstrated her value, take a back seat when she may be the focal point of something exceptional? That's where the Indiana Fever come in. They don't just recognize her value, they cherish it. Rumor has it that Sabally had been in talks with Fever management long before this became public. These talks were about their vision for creating a championship contender and giving Sabally a key role in that mission. Unlike the New York Liberty, for example, who are struggling with salary cap issues with their roster of max players, Fever had the resources and the foresight to lock Sabally in. Let's take a moment to commend Fever management because they're playing chess while other teams are barely figuring out checkers. They didn't just throw money at Sabally. Instead, they carefully assembled a team around her with Caitlin Clark Smith, Nalissa Currently, Satou Sabally, and Kelsey Mitchell. Almost suddenly, Indiana went from being an underdog to a real contender for the championship. This isn't just team building, it's empire building. The #1 draft pick should have been Dallas's chance to shine, but instead they're left holding the bag. Dallas made a spectacular blunder by allowing Sabally to walk, which isn't just a loss but a franchise-altering error. It's like winning the lottery and then forgetting to cash the ticket. Paige Buers is the kind of player that teams aspire to have, and she could have been the ideal complement to Sabally's dominance.